What if this time it all works out? What if this time it all works out? You are standing at the threshold of the greatest chapter of your life. And I know you see so many videos on here of people saying things like this. And you often come and watch them and they make you feel good for a little while. But then you go away and you live the same life and you come back and you watch another one of these videos with one of these spiritual channelers or people like me who are here telling you that you're about to win big and you're about to manifest it all and tomorrow it's all going to come through. There's a reason that you clicked on this video, is that the title of it was aligned with those kind of videos that you normally click on, right? And then I say straight away, you're going to win big. So already it's touching that part of you, but the reason that you're here watching this, the reason this video is different, the reason I ask you, what if this time it's different, is because you're landing on this video where I'm not here to just stroke your ego. I'm here to give you the truth. The truth that is actually going to set you free. The truth that is actually going to take you into that next level. This is not some one secret thing that you need to know. What I'm here to do is to mirror to you the deeper truth that is already unfolding within you. The deeper knowing that you are about to step into the greatest chapter of your life, not because someone is going to come and give it to you, not because you've manifested correctly, not because of anything outside of you or anything around what you do, because of who you are. And more importantly, because of who you're no longer going to be. So if you found this video, it found you for a reason. What I want you to do right now is just take a deep breath. And be very, very present with me just for the next 10 minutes or so, however long this video is. The reason this video has found you and the reason why I ask you, what if this time it's different? What if this time it actually works out? Is because I know that you have been trying. You have a vision, you have a goal, you have this calling in you, this desire for something greater. And you're not doing nothing about it. You've taken the action, right? You've worked on yourself. You've tried to heal. Should have put the light on a bit more securely, but we're going to keep going. The reason this is different now is because you're ready to stop circling the same loops where you're looking for something outside of you to give you the answers, to tell you that you're ready, to tell you that you've earned it or that you're good enough. Right? You're no longer waiting for permission to step into the power that was always yours. Even if you don't fully understand what I'm saying yet, I'm speaking to that part of you that's already arrived. There's a timeline where what you want, the relationship, the money, the wealth, the business, the success, the next level of leadership, the grounded, powerful, strong, joyful, radiant energy that you show up in every day. That version of you that you felt knocking for quite a long time, I'm speaking to the timeline where you are that person, because that is the only timeline. You are that person. And what's happening is, like a flower blossoms and gently opens as it becomes spring, that version of you is unfurling. It's unraveling, it's opening its wings. Because you're no longer waiting for permission to step into that version of you. Even if right now, as of this moment, you have still been. After you watch this video, you won't. Because you're going to know. It was never about what you did or didn't do. It was about who you were conscious of being. And the reason why this time it's different is because I'm not here telling you things that are just going to stroke your ego, telling you the same things that people in other channels that just want to give you something that feels good so that you come back and you keep watching their content. I don't want you to stay trapped in that consumerist cycle, right? I could do that and you could just come here and watch my videos and get a nice hit of dopamine, feel good about yourself, like and subscribe and all that, and I would probably grow my channel faster. I'm not interested in that. I'm interested in you actually stepping into the version of you that creates results. And the truth is, you haven't been being, I should say, the version of you that does that creates those results. That's why you keep coming back to these videos. That's why you watch things that make you feel good, but you look back in 6 months and you're like, I'm still circling these same loops. Why? Well, healing, manifestation, personal growth, these things have actually become subtle ways for you to bypass the initiation that you need to go on. And this is the reason you're watching this video. This is why this time it's different. It's because what you have been craving is a rite of passage into the version of you that builds results, that creates the life that you want to create without having to struggle, without having to be passive, without having to wait for it to fall on your lap, but also without having to hustle, grind, and prove and fight your way for it to come into reality, right? There's a version of you that creates it effortlessly, easily, joyfully, where inspiration leads the way, where you take action not because you feel like this is what I have to do, but because this is who you are. The action comes out of you expressed as a point of, yes, I have this thing inside of me that needs to be shared with the world. You're not going to be coming from lack anymore. You're going to be so in touch with that abundance that you are, that it's going to express itself from you and through you. That's the version of you that creates the money. That's the version of you that levels up your business to a whole new level. That's the version of you that calls in the relationship of your dreams. That's the version of you that stops waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting and wanting, and actually moves with the power that you were destined to move with, in building what only you can build. What if this time it really is different? Not because I'm here to give you some secret special thing, or because the planets are aligning in a certain way, but because you decided, I'm not going to wait anymore. When you decide, wholeheartedly, you make this decision with all of your being, I am going to step into the version of me that creates this. Things move. Things begin setting in motion. And the truth is, you already made this decision a long time ago. What I'm doing in this video and why you're now seeing this is that it's reflecting to you that decision at a deeper level than ever before. This is just a mirror. This is like me coming into your consciousness now is just a mirror and a reflection of the paradigm that you're creating, that's being created through you, right? And the reason this video is different, as I've already said, is because I'm not just here to stroke your ego and make you feel good about yourself. I'm here to penetrate that ego and take you towards the truth. And the truth is, you've been circling a really long time. You've been circling this cycle of almost but not quite, of doing things, taking action, but never really going all in. You've not really fully gone all in. And the reason that you've not really fully gone all in is because you've been afraid. And you've been afraid because you've been holding on to an identity that cannot take you into that reality. And that identity is the one that gets stroked when you watch the manifestation videos, when you see those people that are saying, now is your time and things are about to click into place. And some of the things that I've been saying, but they say them in a way not to penetrate you and to take you into the discomfort of growth. They say them actually in a way to make you feel comfortable where you are, and therefore you stay stuck. Here's the real truth. You're going to know when you're on track because it's going to feel uncomfortable at first. It's going to feel more like death and annihilation than it's going to feel like joyful, easeful expansion and arrival. Which sounds contradictory, because what I've just said to you is that the version of you that creates these results is the one that does it with ease and flow and grace, right? Yes. But the problem is, so many of these teachings and people have been, in the manifestation world, in the personal growth world, have been talking about like ease and vibration and all these things. But that's the next step. There's a step that you need to go through to get to that where it becomes your natural essence. And that step is initiation. That's rite of passage. That is death and rebirth. That is discomfort. Deep discomfort. because it means fully grieving and letting go of a version of you, the version of you that has created the current ceiling that you've been hitting. That's why you keep recreating the same patterns in intimacy, right? That's why you keep hitting the same ceiling in wealth or business or money. That's why you keep looping these cycles. It's not because you're broken. It's not because you're being punished. It's because that's the ceiling of the identity that you've been being. And what you've been consuming up until now has only been creating a soothing comfort blanket for that identity. But the reason it's different now is because you are recognizing the truth of what I'm saying, and you know it's time. You know you're ready to shift. So if you're feeling this, drop a like button, hit subscribe if you're new here. My name is Tobias. I'm a guide. I'm an initiator. And what I help people like you do, driven, powerful, wonderful people that know that they're here to create something unique to them in this lifetime, something truly awesome, their own version of greatness. Doesn't matter what that is. It's not about you're going to go and become the next billionaire or something. Greatness could just simply be in the way that you wake up every day and you feel so aligned and peaceful and joyful. Greatness could be creating art and no one ever seeing it, but you create it in a way that is so, makes you feel so alive, right? Greatness could be building an incredible, successful business or the most wonderful relationship of your life. It doesn't matter. There's a blueprint in your soul that you're here to build, that you're here to create. You know that. What I help people do is step into the version of them that creates that, that builds that, by going on a rite of passage, by being initiated, which means letting go of the old version, the person that, the identity, the wounded little boy and girl that's been creating the current ceiling that you've been hitting. So if that resonates with you, please drop me a comment. Like, what is it that you want to build? Like, let's start to seal this in. Drop in the comments, I choose, or I'm all in. I'd love to see that. And if you are looking for support, if you're looking for a way to fully step into this, my medicine, as I say, is initiation and rites of passage. I've been doing this for 5 years. I've guided hundreds of people through a very powerful process that I now call initiation, which is a 2-hour online rite of passage where we go really deep. We use so many different things. We use breath and music and frequencies, and we use different types of therapy modalities to integrate these parts. We do lots of things. I'm not going to bombard you with them, but it's fucking awesome. And the whole point of this is to fully meet that part of you that's holding on, holding back, and creating this ceiling that you cannot push through so that it can let go. That is like you've been pressing the accelerator while also pressing the brake all this time, which is why you keep going in circles or not going anywhere. What we're going to do is take that brake off so that when you press the accelerator, you really go, you really create freely, boldly, beautifully. If that sounds like something that you'd be interested in, check out the link in the description. I'm currently running 50% off on these sessions, which is absolutely mental, to be honest with you. To get something this valuable at that price is incredible. I'm sharing this with you. I'm selling this to you because I want to serve you and I want to see you actually step into your power. I don't care whether you do it or not. It's for the people that it's for. But this video was for you, whether that session's for you or not. So what I want you to really do is just take a moment and don't go and jump into the next thing and consume the next thing, right? Really take a moment and be with what just came up for you. Write down. What did you notice? What's different? Because the difference between this video just being something that gives you an insight and makes you feel like, and something that genuinely shifts you is how you integrate it. And whether you work with me or not, that's, as I say, that's what I do with people, is that I help you go on these initiations and integrate them so that you actually step into it. It doesn't matter, because you don't need me unless you decide that I'm the one who's here to help you. But you do need to integrate this. So take a moment, let me know in the comments what comes up, and stick around. I'll be sharing more of these videos, more of these transmissions that are not just here to make you feel good, they're here to actually initiate you into your next level. See you on the next one.